As we've been reporting, 2 teachers and 2 students in Widener, Georgia this week were killed as a 14-year-old high school student took aim around his own campus. Many more may have died or been injured if it were not for the school resource officer who confronted the young shooter. I'm live now with Mo Canady, the executive director of the National Association of School Resource Officers, or NASRO. Mo, good morning to you.
Good morning.
When you first heard about this incident in Widener and the actions of the school resource officer at Apalachee High stopping this shooter, what went through your mind? Not every school has one of these officers.
Yes, first of all, extreme sadness goes through my mind at what has happened here and what continues to happen. It's been going on now for over 25 years. But at the same time, very thankful that those SROs were there in place, that they were clearly carefully selected and specifically trained school resource officers who responded to the threat, who went and attacked the problem, is the best way that I know to put it, and stopped it. There's no telling how many lives were saved because of their actions.
Here in Arkansas, new state rules governing secondary and elementary education that went into effect on January 1st of this year call for comprehensive school safety assessments to be done at least once every 3 years, and that SROs undergo 40 hours of training within 18 months of starting their jobs. Now, how does that stack up with what you see with all your members nationally?
Yeah, look, I love that there are some requirements in place. I think that each state really needs to follow that trend. We don't really have any national requirements in regards to SROs being trained specifically. I would love to see it be more than 40 hours. When we think about, we do our national level basic SRO course across the country, that's only 40 hours. That's just the start. This is such a complex assignment. It's a very unique assignment for law enforcement, and the training needs to be ongoing. But I am thankful that the state has some things in place. I'm glad to hear that.
Last year, the suspected shooter in this case was tracked down and questioned after FBI agents say they identified online school threats that he made, which included pictures of guns. He said it wasn't him. His father told investigators something like that would never happen. The father now charged in this case. There's no probable cause for an arrest then. Is there anything SROs or any other law enforcement can do, in your opinion, after something like that to take action, but then not cross the line of violating a student's civil liberties or rights to supervised use of guns?
Obviously, it is very tricky when we begin to deal with juveniles in regards to criminal matters or potential criminal matters. And where that really becomes difficult is in some of the communication we're able to have between the schools and the law enforcement agencies. However, I have to say that the courts have been very supportive when we have this level of threat and us being able to have some reasonable communication. There's one other thing that is beginning to occur in just about every school across this country, and that is a more structured form of behavioral threat assessment. And that's something certainly that SROs need to be a part of. They need to be a part of that team. That can help us also bring some things to the surface.
All right, a critical adjustment there to make these campuses as safe as they can possibly be. Mo Canady with NASRO, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.